All right, welcome back. We got another episode of Moulder Crew. Today we are doing brakes. So last weekend we did the Will It Run video on this 1980 D200, D150, whatever it is. It says D20 on the door tag, on the cab tag. I really like this truck. Really like this truck. We got it running last weekend. Had to figure out some electrical issues and had to put a new ICM in it. And we had to take out and replace the ICM because it failed in the first 12 minutes. But they warranted it. And this one's still working. Today, we were doing brakes. This is everything I've got so far. I ordered all this stuff because I hate running back and forth to the store. Both new front calipers, if we need them. New front pads, I'm pretty sure we're probably going to use those. I apologize, the video cut out. New front brake hoses. New rear wheel cylinders, new drum brake hardware, new center hose for the rear brakes, new valve cover gaskets, oil change. I have filter downstairs. Once we get it road running, if we don't have good gears, if she feels like she's not riding right, new Wix filter and gasket, ATF, figured gallon of brake fluid. I got plenty more cans of this downstairs. Let's get started. I got to take the jack stands out from underneath the jet ski because I need those. I'll have to finish that some other time. First, I'm going to fill up the reservoir, start pumping the brakes, see what happens. The guy I bought it from said it had no brakes. There's nothing in the reservoir, so I'm thinking there's a blown line somewhere. I don't know where. And the brakes go clean to the floor. But I mean, there's some, I don't know. I'll find out here in a second. I'm gonna use up some of my old junk that's sitting on the shelf. As you can see, I buy a lot of my fluids from Tractor Supply. It's, say, 2.5 gallons of ATF. It's, I think, $50 there. Or if you go to a parts house, it's like $10 a quart, which would be like $100. It's 4 quarts in a gallon. That's 10 quarts. So it saves me like $40-50 going to Tractor Supply for that. I do the same thing with my oil. Everything out here, except for that, runs $15.40. For 2.5 gallons of $15.40 Traveler brand, it's $30, I believe. Answer me this. I like Mopars, I like Fords, I like Chevys, I like everything. Why does Chrysler use this single cylinder, front and rear brakes, but this flows into the front and back? So if you lose one line in the back, you can't keep your front. You just lose all the fluid altogether. And you have no brakes whatsoever. I don't get it. I think we figured it out. Take a look right there. See the spray? It would appear that our brake fluid leak is right here at the front tire. So, looks like we're starting with front brakes. We're trying to get off. It's obviously the most easy one to get off. It's this one back here. You know, the one that doesn't have any room this way, or that way, or really this way. We got this little gap right here to swing a wrench in. But luckily this side doesn't look all that bad. But you can see they fished it through up there. Then it bends over. I don't know if you guys can see that. Bends over, goes under the frame rail. Oh, we're down here. This is the first time I've been underneath the truck too. Found this hanging out here. It's supposed to go there. So, yeah. It looks like we might have a slight, transmission leak. But I have a filter and gasket for that. Since we got oil up here, but none on the front of the pan, I'm thinking either rear main or oil pan gasket. It's dry up there. for the most part. Yep. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna show you this. I can't believe it came off. There she is. Even with all that short bit of room, I was able to break it free. I didn't even have to put a hammer on it, try to jump, just a simple line wrench. The other side though, looks pretty rough. I don't think I'm gonna have as much luck up here. I have to try and get you guys in here for this one. I can't find most of my pairs and channel locks. I tried to use a line wrench on this and she just rounded off. So we're gonna have to use one of those any size wrenches. Use the hammer so I don't rip off my knuckles. We're up against that. I don't know if she's just stripping more or if she's actually moving. Cannot tell. I know the power steering in this truck works so well that I didn't have to start it to crank the wheels over, and it was like easy. Ooh, too much. There we go. Broke something loose. Oh, that clip died on us. That's fine. We don't really need that. I don't have another one, but we don't really need that. We got zip ties for that. We're gonna leave that on there. Let's see if we can get a line wrench on this side. That's not big enough. Not too big. That's the only size out here I don't have. Nope, I do have a 5-inch. So maybe, if that'll stay there, maybe, just maybe, I can take this back out of it. Worst case scenario, I can rip this whole thing out. It doesn't matter. I have new front brake hoses. And you know what? Just for the heck of it, I want to see if I can get it out. I'm going to replace the front brake hoses anyway. These actually don't look bad. They're not even dry rotted. Somebody has done these semi-recently. It does not look like it wants to work with us. Nope. Yeah, we're just gonna smash this off, make it a little easier. We'll put it back with the new brake hose. We'll put the new caliper in too. Yep, there we go. Look at that. So easy. And this is why I ordered all those parts. You never know what you're gonna need, but it sucks running to the store every step of the way. Great thing is, I mean, stuff you don't use, you can return. Check out this hose. This side, surface rust only, and watch it deteriorate as it goes forward until it's just corroded. Yeah, take a look at this. I'm not even sure if I could get that out. It looks like it has rusted to be one piece. I could probably take this downstairs and separate it. We're just gonna do new calipers anyway, because these calipers don't look the best. since I haven't even opened the new caliper box yet, and I highly doubt I'll even get the brake bleeder out, so it's probably best that we're just doing the whole front stuff. I'm gonna do the other side too, since we're already at it. Just makes sense. I did not get new rotors, but I know you can't feel this. There's not even a ridge on them. It's just surface rust from it sitting. So I can go get those, but this one's perfectly fine. I'm definitely gonna run this. If this is mine, I'd run it again too. Let's rip all this stuff off. Since we really don't care what condition this comes off in, I'm just gonna. Well, I guess there's more stuck in my little thing can handle. I don't have a 3/8 impact, so I use a impact drill. All right, well. All right, let's step it up a little bit. And I got all new hardware that comes with the calipers. This caliper set came from Rock Auto that I got. I think they're $25 a caliper. Comes with new banjo bolt, crush washers, or copper washers, and the new hardware, obviously. And you can't beat that. I mean, it's too cheap not to do. Now we can use this. This junk over here. Clean the part that flew. Wherever it went. I'll find it with the mower. Oh, there it is. I brought my thinnest flathead. Actually, it was already out here. I don't know if that even has the ability to push that caliper back in. Hey, it's moving. Oh yeah, look at this. I'm glad we're doing this, guys. The piston itself has chunks of it broken off. The pads had decent life, but I'm glad we're doing this. If we don't keep this, whether we do or we don't, whoever's driving, at least they can be safe. New hoses, new calipers, new front pads. Last thing we want to do is go driving down the road and hurt some family. I'm gonna go grab some brake clean and a wire wheel and clean this up before we put it back together. Yep. I'm gonna go do that. See if I have a. Oh, this is real good. You see any wobble in there? Oh, looks good. All right, I'll be back. We're just gonna kind of clean all this stuff up. Just give them something a little more to grab onto, not so much rust. And do the same thing with the other side. Clean it all up. It's brand new. Nice and big. We do not want this caliper seizing up on the bracket. You don't need much. Just a little bit of anti-seize on the places where it's supposed to slide. Don't get it on the rotor. Just on the points that only touch the caliper. Looks good. Let's go ahead and set our new caliper. Oh, I forgot to grab the brake pads. We got these New Gain? I don't know. 25 bucks, brand new. It's easier for me because, I don't know, even the pads came with new hardware. Okay, yeah, that's cool. We'll hold on to that on the shelf downstairs. I'm sure we'll need it at some point. Caliper came with new hardware. These brake pads are posi quiet. They were semi-metallics. Not the bottom end, not the top. I didn't go ceramic on this. I don't know what this truck's gonna end up doing, but if I keep it, these will be good enough for me. Here we go. This outer pad locks into the caliper. Such a strange design, but you know what? It's been working apparently. I had to go to the other side and look. But these little plates, these little ones are on the outside. See, that's why you do one side at a time so you can use the other side as a reference. I don't know everything. I'm just a normal guy. I do heating and air conditioning for my day job. I went to look this up. I don't know what that's for. It's not on the old one that I took off anywhere. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Alright, so I'm still confused. Every video I've seen, they're all asking the same thing. What the hell is the little rubber thing for? Nobody's using it, so we're not going to either. Yeah, nobody online seems to know what those little rubber rings are for. So we're just gonna, you know, roll with it. Everyone else is. Just gonna add a little more up here. Make sure this thing doesn't stick since we got this in here now. I don't want these hanging up. So these are kind of bent in a certain way. This lip right here is supposed to hold the caliper down. So you want the end that's kind of sticking up to be up. We'll lay that in there. And then what did I do with the rest of the hardware? Oh, right here. The anti-rattle clip actually goes in like that and holds the inner brake pad from, I guess, chattering, which is cool. Thumb screw that in there. The outside one, like I said, is actually locked to the caliper. Maybe that's maybe those rubber things have something to do with that. I have no idea. Nobody seems to know what they do. They weren't on the ones I pulled off, and nobody online seems to know what they do. So I don't feel like I completed it yet. So yeah, look, guys, I'm just a normal person. I just like doing this stuff. I don't have a shop. I don't even have a garage. I got a basement where I keep my tools. And I work outside. So all of my videos are kind of weather permitting. Oh yeah, she's tight in there now. I'm just going to snug it up by hand so I can feel it get tight. Yeah, it's good. If anybody knows what those little rubber rings are for, please put it in the comments. That would be nice. I'd really, really appreciate it. Alright, let me go ahead and get the brake hose for this side. On this particular model truck, the brake hoses, it says, are identical for driver and passenger side. So, I mean, yeah. I'll find out when I get on the other side, but I ordered two of the same thing. Because that's what they told me to. So that came with new crush washers too. But it came with bigger ones that just look better in the caliper kit, so I'm going to use those. Actually, nope, those are too big. I'm going to use the ones that came with the brake line, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you look right here, it's ground out and grooved. These are much wider than the grooves. We'll hold on to these for something else, but as you can see, these fit right down in there. this stuff's not expensive. If you have the time to wait, Rock Auto is definitely your best friend. I'm sure there's other people online that buy stuff at different places. I just have used Rock Auto because I've never been let down by Rock Auto. When I order things, if it comes in wrong, it's usually because I made a mistake. Or I'll won't put the correct number of what I'm trying to order in there, or I'll click on something and forget to take it off, or I'll click on something and forget to put it on my cart. Like, I thought I had ordered a set of drum or a set of brake shoes for the rear. I did not. But I swear I clicked on them. But clicking on them doesn't get them ordered. So it's just that. That's way too big. That's way too big. There's a little ratchet. That's fine. 5/8 or 11/16. Looks like 5/8 wins. I actually have a 5/8 wrench. I'm just not sure where I set it. And these don't have to be super tight. Oh, I'm gonna have to use a wrench. I gotta find it. Oh, there it is. You tighten these too much. Remember, the banjo bolt is hollow. It's not a strength bolt. It's meant to allow the fluid to run through the center of the bolt. If you crank it down too hard, you will break that bolt off. I've done it before, it's why I have spares. All you want to do is get it tight enough that it's not going to leak. Like that. This, I'm going to throw some tape on for tonight. I'm running out of daylight. I'll make that brake line maybe tonight after I go inside. I'll take the old one and cut a new one, make a new one. But we're going to switch over to the other side, do the exact same thing. I don't think you guys need to see that. I'll just get back with you when the other side's done. My little helper came out to help. Guys, these are not show trucks, just to make them look better. These are everyday drivers. And I'm sure whoever buys this from me is probably going to change the wheels. But you know what? I had some white spray paint. So we're going to make it look a little better in the meantime. I don't mind these steelies, honestly. I would run them probably without the caps, the dog dish bowls. What do you think, D? They look better?
Don't look dirty.
They don't look dirty now? Well, that's better, I guess.
Looks like it just became a new wheel.
That's the whole point. She is helping me out over here. I was wondering if we needed to change this brake hose, but we do not. It is steadily dripping, so that hose is running perfectly free. We are going to do this caliper and brake pads, though, just to make sure the whole front end is new. You say hi?
Hi.
Hey guys, our new caliper and brake pads are on. Looks like she's in there messing with the steering wheel. Leave the steering wheel alone. Leave the steering wheel alone. We reused the old hose. Like, it's not even starting to dry rot or crack. That's obviously good. And I probably would have reused the other one too, honestly, if it hadn't been for that line that got stuck in it. We just kind of dusted things up with a little black high heat paint. Keep things from flash rusting. And she helped me paint the wheel.
I only did one coat.
Well, you know, you still helped. I'm gonna clean up, but God bless America. All right, we are back. Yes, I'm in my shop, our basement. You'll have to excuse the mess. I do heating and air conditioning for a living, so our system took a crap. Had a leak in the coil. The coil costs more than a whole new air handler, and that's at my price. So I got another air handler. I'll get to finishing that at some point. But we are going to make a brake line for the front of that D200. This is the original brake line. I kind of bent it up last night. Just quick made it. It's not perfect. It's a little long, but I'd rather it be a little long and I can bend it than be too short. It's close enough to the same shape. These fittings are 3/8 24, at least on this side, which was the one that goes to the metering block. I'll let you guys sit up there. I don't know why people are afraid of doing brake work for some reason, and you really shouldn't be. It's extremely simple. I got this kit right here. It's 25 feet of 3/16 and 1/4 inch brake line with a bag of like 60 fittings for $30 or something like that on Amazon. And I use a cheap, less than $10 Pittsburgh double flaring toolkit. It's not that difficult. You put the line in here, it's 3/16. You want it to stick out just a little bit above because you're doing a double flare. Probably about, I would say about 1/8 of an inch. Maybe that's not 1/8. But you don't want it flush. It has to be able to fold back on itself. So we'll tighten that down. Now it's locked in. On the first piece we're going to be doing, put it up, is this one right here. When this one crushes down, it actually goes inside the pipe. When it crushes down, it will actually take the walls. There's something right on. Work on this. There we go. Say this is your block where your 3/16 brake line is. It's stubbed in just above. When this piece goes in here, it actually has a little cone shape on the inside like that. It's inverted. So when this presses down, it's going to mushroom out the outside wall. This will go flatten and it will be the start of a double flare. Once we go to the pinpoint, or whatever you want to call that, and put that in, it takes that piece that you've already bent out and turns it into a double wall flare. All the old speed parts from the 1990s are on sale, or they were in advance. So I got like 2 of these Excel super stock coils, 2 sets of do-it-yourself 8mm wires, and a triple gauge set, just a little 1.5 or 1.25 inch gauges, which is perfectly fine. Oh, you know what? I almost really messed up there, guys. See, everybody's perfect. I did not put the fitting on first. Another reason why I leave my brake lines a little bit longer than they should be, because everybody messes up. But yes, try and make sure that goes on there first. You'll be kicking yourself in the butt after a beautiful flare when you don't have the fitting on there to install it. Drop that piece in. This goes on the outside. The tip sits in the little center part of that. The handle goes in, and you tighten. Now it has bottomed out. So I'm going to pull this out. We're going to check it to make sure that it started properly. Good, I didn't think I put it in there that hard. There we go. Pull your little piece out. It did start. As you can see, I'm not going to take it out because we need to finish it. But you can see how it kind of pushed it out towards, it's actually wider than 3/16 now. Now when you run this in, it'll fold in the inside. This handle was just made on here. It wouldn't keep slipping off. Let's check it. Make sure we didn't break our flare or crack our flare, because it will leak if we did. I have seen some guys over the years run single flares on their brake lines, and I mean, I guess as long as it doesn't leak, it works. I just feel more comfortable with a double flare. We did not split it, so that one is okay. That one will work. All right, I'm gonna do the other side, same way, but I'm gonna go make sure it's the right fitting first. Just double check your flares when you're done. Make sure you didn't crack the line. It's good. All right, that's it. And there we have it, our new brake line for the front driver's side. All right, so I just do this. I put tape on the end when I'm running through the frame rail. Even the smallest bit of rust can really ruin your day. We are there on the other end. I'm going to connect the metering block in first. All right, with much difficulty, we were able to get that started on there. I don't even know if you can see it. It's in such a spot where you really can't get your hand to very well. It's just absolutely lovely. You can see, I did follow the original routing. Could have gone differently, but I don't know. Just felt right to do. 5/8 on this side. I went to the parts house trying to find that brake hose clip that goes on the back side of this. Nobody seems to have one in stock. So I'm gonna zip tie it so it doesn't rattle. And I'll just let whoever buys it, or I'll remember to down the road to get a clip for it. And we got it in there. Like I said, the only thing that's missing is that little clip that slides on this side to lock that in place. I am gonna zip tie it just to pull it tight, but yeah, no to the parts stores around town had that in the stock. I could probably go to O'Reilly. There's a distribution center down the road, but I wasn't on that side of town. Alright, so we gravity bled the front brakes. I want to take a look at the back ones to see what condition they're in before I start popping these arc fittings back there. We're doing an oil change right now though. The oil was black as can be and had a very strong taste of gasoline to it. It was strong enough I didn't really have to taste it, but I did. First time I've ever had this happen to me. I went to remove a Wix filter, which is normally what I use, and when I put the claw style filter wrench on it, it popped a hole in the case. I don't know if you can see that. Right there. So that was interesting. I do put stickers on the windshields. They're free at every parts house you go into. They're usually sitting on the shelf or hanging from a roll where the oil and stuff is. But I feel filters. Data was done, mileage it was done. Just in case someone takes the sticker off and someone down the road can't remember when it was done. Particular about what oil I run. Very particular. And it's usually the cheapest shit I can find. Traveler 1540, I run it in everything on this property. The tractors, everything is 1540 except for the two-stroke jet ski and the boat. I got 2020 Silverado, 2014 Expedition. All this stuff runs on 1540. And I get it from Traveler brand because Tractor Supply is the best deal. 2.5 gallons. I think it's $30. For $15.40? If I end up keeping this truck, I am ripping off all the EGR stuff on this. I cleaned and fixed up the positive side. Nope. Something just made noise. Not sure what that was. But that, I cleaned up here as well. This also is connected there. It goes back into the cab on the blue wire. Or it starts off as blue. Then I'm not really sure where it goes. But grounds are cleaned up. That's cleaned up. Block ground's cleaned up. I cleaned body ground the other day. Alright, so I went to start it. Didn't have spark again. She shifts through the gears, and she's got a pretty strong transmission. I just spun it out in the yard. I don't have any brakes yet. I still got to pull the rears off. But both sides spun. She might be a posse, boys. I also messed up. I slid it towards the side, and then I ran it over because I forgot to pull it out. So a little gentle massaging, and I was actually able to get that Zerk fitting out. It's loose. Hit it first with a PB blaster, let it set for a second. Low heat for a couple, I don't know, about 30 seconds. PB blaster. Low heat again for another 30 seconds. And just light taps on the ratchet with a 6-point socket. And she came out. We're gonna work on this one too. Hopefully I'll get this as lucky. Like I said, I bought a whole bunch of parts just in case I don't. It is a 46-year-old truck. So, can't get that lucky, right? So I got PB blaster on there right now. It's been sitting for a second. See if we get lucky again. Tighten a little bit. Try and loosen it a little bit. Nope, she just rounded off. Okay, well, let's see if the channel vice grips will get it. No. We can put a new Zerk fitting in it, a new brake plate or whatever. It's not a Zerk fitting. Sometimes you just gotta be gentle. Yeah, it's not coming out, so I'm tired of being gentle. At this point, this might be the original wheel cylinder from 1980. A 46-year-old wheel cylinder. Would have been nice if we could get it out, but sometimes it is what it is. No. Alright, so being done, we have floating axles. This one's already been in here before, that's silicone. So to pull these brake drums, I gotta pull these axles. They're not difficult, they literally are floating. You take these out, you might lose a little bit of oil. I have more gear oil, I'll fill it up with later. Looks like we got a small pinion seal leak anyway. Not horrible. But yeah, so I'm not gonna do this today though. I promised my son I'd take him fishing, so I'm gonna clean up real quick and we're gonna go fishing. Good morning. We're back. I put these back on there because it's on just the jack, just in case it fell last night. I'm out of jack stands. I need to get some more. I need to finish that. And that'll be probably this week sometime. We bust these tires back off and we'll get back at it. When we pull these axles out, we shouldn't really be losing too much fluid. Pretty stinky. We are losing some. Let me get a pan. Lines look good, everything looks good. This one bends over. Let me grab some tools, I'll be right back. Alright, so this right here, it's just like a locking clip that just pulls out. Put that in our bolt tray. Dog dish caps that I'm probably not gonna put back on, but I will send with the truck in case somebody doesn't like them. They don't look bad. I just think they look better without them. Let's see if I can get that out. Obviously, I don't have a socket this large, as most people don't. But this right here is the only retaining nut that holds the brake caliper on. So once this comes off, you'll be able to take the outer bearing out, and this whole drum will come with it. Typically with a pair of channel locks, you can grab the outer ring and one of the flat sides and get it loose. They're not like cranked on there, so they shouldn't be that hard to get off. All it does is hold the drum on. Remember, the axle bolts to here, not here. This holds the drum on, which holds the axle in. And our outer bearing seems to be coming with it. Okay. These drums are quite heavy. Just be prepared for it. Get the hell out of here. Freaking wasps. Oh, come on. The free spin, would you hum? Outer bang. Let's see how that actually looks. She looks really good. This is a Timken. Bang, good old USA. Bearings look good. Sounds good. Nice. Oh my gosh, yeah, those wheel cylinders were absolutely shot. I might try and get new seals for this. That I did not yet. Since we already got it off, although this one looks like it's new. And it's also American made. National 4250 is the seal number. Another Timken for the inner. This ring really does have some seriously low mileage on it. Or had it, just some seriously good maintenance. Well, I'm glad I got no more brake hardware. There's the adjuster cable. Broken spring. Get some brake clean. We'll clean this up and take a look at it. Yeah, all this is wet. Yeah, you can see the oil in there. These wheel cylinders are gone. The shoes are riveted and they still have at least half life left. I'm going to rerun these, but I'm going to clean all this up first because, yeah. Clean this up. Get these wheel cylinders replaced. Let me make sure the ones I ordered are the right ones. Here's our new wheel cylinder. Pay attention to this cap. This is the rear passenger side. The brake line comes in on the rear side, as you can see there. The other one, although looks very similar, the brake line is exactly opposite. Put the straw in your brake cans. It slows your usage considerably. You will burn through a brake clean can without the straw very, very quickly. Oh, our adjuster's nice and free moving still. Nice. Nice. All right, I'm gonna get this old wheel cylinder out. I'm not doing a full rebuild on this, obviously. So we've taken the shoes, pulled them out, stood them on the backing plate. Pull your pins out so you don't lose them. They need to be cleaned up. Now we're free to pull the wheel cylinder. I'm gonna try and break that brake line loose. I don't know if it's gonna come. I have a feeling we're gonna be doing hard lines as well today. We'll see. As expected, the brake line is just rounding right off. So we're gonna do it the easy way. Disconnected. And there's our old wheel cylinder. Yeah, it's been leaking for some time. They were actually still working. This one, remember, I've got the brake bleeder screw, or brake bleeder undone, and it actually came loose. But I'm glad we pulled it. Put that in the junk pile on the bed. The new wheel cylinder did not come with new bolts, so we'll be reusing the old ones. And it's just good practice to leave these caps on until you're ready to pull them off. Until I have the brake hard lines made, that's gonna stay in, and that's gonna stay. I don't want any debris in the brake lines. It feels nice and smooth. These were the bolts that came out of the wheel cylinder. I'm gonna clean these up before I reuse them. Of course, when I say clean them up, I just mean the wire wheel, clean the threads out. Always remember to wear your safety squints. If you have never used one of these wire wheels before, they will throw these little bristles of steel all over the place. If you're working on bigger projects where they're like round style, almost like a flap disc or grinding disc, you'll be cleaning on something, and when you look down when you're done, there'll be 30 of them stuck in your t-shirt. And our pins, a lot better than they were. They've got pitting and stuff like that, but they're also 46 years old. That side's in. some skin. I do not have a new adjuster cable, and I found out that the parking brake cable is frozen, so that'll be whoever buys this truck next, they can come in and do all the parking brake. I will make it safe to drive, and they can do whatever else they want to from there. We're gonna put our new spring in from our grab bag. It's literally a bunch of stuff. It comes with these new springs here. They are fine. We'll leave them in there. The only one that broke on this side was this long one here. As you can see, the bottom one's still in here, and it seems to be pretty pliable still. But it did come with new bottom ones, new top ones, here and here. These new side springs, and the clips that come through the backing plate, little hooks. It only came with 2 of those hooks. This is supposed to be a full rear set, and there's, I don't know, it came with, okay, it came with 4. What does it say? And it came with 4 of the little, or 2 of the little rubber boots that go in the backing plate. This one is missing. Keep crap out of it once you've adjusted your brakes. I'm not sure, I didn't see them on Rock Auto. I know a lot of times you can just buy the whole backing plate assembly, which is just taking these 4 bolts out, the whole backing plate comes off, and you put an already complete assembly on there. I'm sure they're a lot more pricey. Like I said, I didn't see one on Rock Auto, but I wasn't looking for that either. Everybody has their own way of doing this. Some people have spring pullers. I do not own one. I've never, well, I can't say I've never used one, but I do not own one at this time. I think I have in the past, but I'm not sure where it went. Get him. There we go. Alright, our new hardware that needs to be replaced is in. New wheel cylinder. We're gonna go ahead and throw this hub back on. The drum looks pretty good. I mean, it's not bad. I'll spray this out real quick, wipe it out, throw it back on. On these floating styles, you do not grease this bearing. It is lubricated by the oil that comes through the shaft. Just keep that in mind. One way to put these in, that side goes against the bearing. This side, it kind of like has that, almost like a lock nut outer. I don't know if that's neoprene or what they use here. But this goes on like that. Let's send this nut back on. I'm sure they have a easier tool for this, but I don't own it. There we go. Spin this. Check it for walk. Actually, that's pretty good. There's no walk in it. If you over tighten it, you run the risk of burning out your bearings. Snug it up as best you can. Like I said, I don't have the exact right tool for this. That's all the way snug. And then we are going to send home our little lock clip. This just keeps that bearing nut from backing back off. Kind of runs into that neoprene seal. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's neoprene or not, but it just kind of locks in there. There we go. I'm going to clean up this surface here. Make sure when you use the RTV that it is the kind that is oil resistant. Don't just use red RTV. It does not work for everything. That stuff is for high heat only. It is not meant for fluids. Imperfections. This one actually had the seal on there. Someone put so much silicone on it though, it had ridges. You can see where I ripped them off. And this is the inner, it's just, you don't need that much. And this looks like just like clear silicone. It is. That's just clear silicone. All right. I was wondering why there was so much silicone on each bolt when I pulled it out. We're gonna clean these up too. That was not the first time someone's in there. Look, red RTV. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and sink it since I've already got the axle prepped and ready to go in. A thin coat of fuel and oil resistant silicone is all you need. These bolts are not going into water jackets, and they're not high heat. If they're high heat, then you'll have a serious problem. Get in there. There we go. I'm gonna start two in. And I'm going to snug those down because I want my silicone to be in place before it starts to completely set. And I still got to clean the other 6 screws, or 6 bolts. See, it did ooze out a little bit, but all you're doing is taking up the imperfections of the flat surface area. You're not filling that in. If it didn't have that gasket, I would have put a little bit more. It probably would have oozed out a little bit more. Oh, I just broke that one off. That's great. Well, looks like we're pulling this bag out. And I'll have to dig into my bolt bed. See if I can get this out. That's wonderful. Yeah, she's coming out easy. There is a torque sequence for this. In the torque spec. I've never used it, but I've never had one snap on me like that either. That looks like it's pot metal. Look how porous and grainy that is. That's horrible steel. If I'd known that, I would have just bought a bunch of grade 5 bolts. That's crazy. Alright, let me clean another one real quick. Not the dig through my bolt bin and see if I got another one around here. I'm sure I probably do. Alright, let's put this back in. There we go. Oh, missed. There we go. I will try to make sure I don't hammer it down too hard this time. This isn't even, I've had good luck with this Craftsman. I had one before, it lasted me about 2 years. I do use Craftsman a lot. Their impact drivers have a 3 year from date of purchase if you have the purchase ticket, or a 3 years from date of manufacture, which is really easy to find out because it's in the handle somewhere. Yep, right there, 2025. So this one's still under warranty till March of 2028. This one is a replacement one that I got on warranty for another one that broke. I put them through absolute hell, but Craftsman gives me no issues. I called them up, or I actually emailed them, told them what I had, sent them pictures of the model number, serial number on the unit, told them the problems I was having with it, asked what they want me to do. All they did was ask for my address and send me a new one. I still have the old one. They didn't even want it back. I guess they didn't feel like paying for the shipping both ways, which, I guess it makes sense. But I'm gonna eventually try and rebuild it, I guess. But it lost all its high torque function. It'll run, but it very low speed, very low torque. Like it won't pretty much do anything. I have it sitting down there, it's been hanging up on the rack. I figure if this one breaks, and between the two of them, I should be able to build two. Hopefully this one breaks under warranty as well. So much silicone. I don't have a benchtop wire wheel. If you haven't noticed, I use this for everything. My garage is outside. The most close thing I have to a garage is a 10x10 canopy that I can put over the truck if it rains. I'm sure they're on there tight enough. We'll find out. These bolts, they do have some torque on them, because they are what turns the rear wheel. I would have thought they were made from a better quality material than what I found inside. That's a grade 8. That's a great, someone's changed these out. Technically, that's stamped as a grade 8. It must have had a casting failure. I'm just making sure these are snug. I'll come back with that other one in later. All right, looky there. I'm gonna throw it in neutral now that we have the axle in. I'm gonna spray up some of this side of the kind of give it a service coat. I got some Rust-Oleum 2X. It's primer and paint together. It will slow this rust process. It's not bad to put converter on it. I do have rust converter downstairs, but it's not bad enough for that. And it'll be a lot faster to spray paint it. Did go to the store yesterday. The fuel filters on this truck is a small engine filter. It's one of those thin mesh screen style. I don't like them. The Wix 33003 is usually what I run. It's a clear plastic 3/8 inline filter, so you can see what it's sucking up. You don't have that. This is the CarQuest version. She's making fun of me because I'm rebuilding all this. I mean, look, it's brand new.
You're spray painting it.
Yep. But I've extended its life and made it look better.
I see it.
No, this thing's 46 years old. This is the original drum.
Oh, now I know where my black paint's going.
I just bought this yesterday at Home Depot. Your black paint, I have no idea where it is.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I buy this, paint and primer. I would say that with all the projects you've done, I would say you probably used it all. And since we're in here, we're just gonna go ahead and, you know, make it look a little better too, just visually. Slow down some of this rust so it'll last another 46 years. Wow, you just sounded like Rob Schneider on Grown Ups. Hey. I'm gonna move my mess to the other side. Looks better. Do the other side. And yes, we're gonna run Berryman's in here. It's the exact same shit as Seafoam, just typically costs several dollars less. I am not gonna record as much on this side. It's literally just a repeat. All right, so on this side, the spring that was broke on the other side is obviously not broken on this side. Someone's been in here. This is a newer tensioner. This is a different and newer master cylinder. You can even see that's not original. The rubber's still intact, but this one's actually leaking too. But this is the one we could, yeah, look, it's not even putting pressure on that. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Pull these apart. I had to pull the top spring out to be able to spread them and change out the master. So yeah, this is definitely newer. But as you can see, it was still leaking. Not as badly as the other side, but it was. I didn't even try and take that line off. If I'm gonna do a hard line on that side, I'm gonna do a hard line on this side and just replace center hose because I have it. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is in here. You don't need all of that silicone. And you can see someone's used high temp before. Each silicone has a purpose. And there we go. All back together. I'm gonna do the same thing I did on the other side, make it pretty. This is that one. I got the bedside down right now. Repainted the frame. Cab's gonna get reshot and probably turbo can white. We painted the wheels, front bumper's got to go back to black. I got to get more black paint. Yeah, it needs paint. This one's going to be a quick job. I'm not keeping this one. This one's going down the road. I got to put... I can probably get by with a license plate right here to patch that. The other side, though... I've got to have to cut up some metal for this one's a little worse, but the floor supports are still in there. That's all that matters to me. All I gotta do is make a straight piece, flat piece here, bend over an edge, stick it down in there, zip screw. I probably won't even weld it in place because the next person may want to do true floors and they'll have to cut my welds. 360 V8, 3/4 ton automatic, 66,000 original miles. I just got done pulling the axle tubes Bearings are all good. The axle seals are good. Brake pads are good. Let's put new wheel cylinders in there. I got to make new hard lines for the rear today, as well as replace that soft line. Front one's got a new rotor, or no, rotors were okay. New calipers, new pads, new hard brake line on this side, new brake hose on this side. This one got new caliper and pads. The hose is perfectly fine. The hard line is holding on this side, at least for now. Hey guys, wish me luck. I'm going in. We're gonna try and separate the rear center brake hose from the line forward. I have enough brake line here to do it all. So if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Just all right. Hopefully you'll find this as exciting as me. This is cool. So this is the bolt that was holding down the center brake hose that has the Y block part on it to go from other side to this side. And I was like, what is this cap? I was like, that looks like a vent tube cap. Then I pulled it out and realized that bolt is hollow and she smells like gear oil. So they repurposed the bolt on the axle tube as the vent tube for the rear diff. That's different. And there is our new center brake hose. This driver's side one is out. I want to show you this though, guys. I cut this line. Look how restricted that is. When brake lines, these old rubber lines sit for a long period of time, the brake fluid actually causes them to swell up and the interior closes and closes and closes to the point where it can be completely restricted and you can't get any pressure through it. Or in a different situation, especially on the front brakes, you push fluid through it to the brake, but it's so restricted that it keeps the caliper engaged and will not allow it to release. I may be a little crazy sometimes, but I'm not that crazy. The rest of the work I have to do is underneath. So I don't have any more jack stands. I'm using the truck's wheels itself. If it falls, it's only falling about 2 inches. It did come loose, guys. I got lucky. The clip, on the other hand, that holds the soft line up there, that doesn't look like it's gonna come apart or easy. We'll figure that out in a second. Here we go, it should be out. Yep, we're out. All right, I got it out. Obviously the clip broke. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw the soft line in. I literally have rust in my armpit. It just kept raining down from right there. This looks like it was the old brake line that someone replaced at some point. And they ran this one to the front, which looks pretty good. It's got some couplings in it, but they're flare couplings at least. Someone didn't try and compression fitting it, which is great. I want to show you guys. That is the entire rear braking system, minus the wheel cylinders we already did. Soft hood comes down from the front right here, splits in Y block. This does not have any oil passage. That is just for the breather on this particular model for the rear end. It's just a couple of bends. 4 flares, 4 double flares I should say, and 4 fittings. When you look at it like this, it's not at all threatening, is it? But that's all it is. Anybody can do it. Y'all can do it too. I jinxed myself. Obviously you can see it's back on the ground. The new hard lines are in. The rear's done. But I had my daughter out here the other day helping me try and bleed the brakes when we did the front, just see if I get pressure in them and test drive it. Apparently her leg wasn't long enough to go all the way. Yeah, my hands are clean. Her leg wasn't long enough to go all the way because I never got fluid on this side. I was like, you know what, okay, whatever, I'll just go ahead and do the backs. My son come out here today. He's 10, he's kind of long and tall. He hit the brake pedal And the very first time he did, it blew fluid from right there where the soft line meets the hard line, on the hard line side. So guess what I'm getting to do? I am going to be doing the only hard line on this truck other than the front to back that's already been done by somebody else is the front passenger side. And I have the hose because I figured why not buy it? I'm glad I have it. Hard line, I have stuff to make. So I'll be doing it tomorrow. Otherwise, I would have had this thing bled today. And you guys would have seen my first driving video of this truck. I've had it for a week. And I've rolled it forward and backwards. The transmission is strong. It does great burnouts in the yard. But no brakes. I'm not taking it on the road. But I will try and get to it tomorrow after work. Shouldn't take all that long. Hopefully. Because I know I'm replacing it all, I'm just going to knock it off at both ends. Pull it out of the metering block. The rest of it's all trash. I'm going to do a new hose. I'll do a new banjo. New crush washers all the way through. Then everything on the brake system other than the master cylinder and that front to back line will have been replaced this weekend or within 48-hour period. I was really hoping to end this video today, but we're starting to get rain. It's Sunday. It's Mother's Day. I grilled out after that. My son was really upset. He was like, I'm so unlucky. I'm like, no, dude, you just saved my life. If you hadn't done that and we got in pressure and I stomped on it going down the road, it would have blown then and my foot would have been straight to the floor. We are back again with the beloved D200. How do you zoom in or zoom out? This is what it is. So, the other day, I did all the rear brake lines. It's actually 2 days later. So you're seeing this, it looks like just a clip out, clip back in. It's actually 2 days later. Sunday, we got a bunch of rain. And it didn't stop until later Monday afternoon, and everything was absolutely swamped. So I did not get to do it yesterday like I wanted to. So we are back doing the front passenger side hard line and hose. I have a new hose, but the hard line looked good and the hose looked fine. So I rolled with it until I replaced everything else, put pressure in the system, and it blew out the front right. This came apart pretty easy. I just cut the hard line because that's where it blew anyway. And believe it or not, I actually got one of the clips out. Isn't that amazing? 1 out of 3. New hose is on. It's already been tightened to the caliper down here. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen up, drag out this old line. It goes across this frame rail here, down, and you can actually see it. It's not far. It goes right there. Pretty easy access all to the other side, right from the metering block. So, yeah, I'm gonna take care of that. I'll get back. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do this end, tie it all in, get it secured. Why is it so blurry? That's a little better, I think. I'm gonna get it secured. I'm gonna make the fittings. I'm gonna make the flares inside the truck. Sometimes it's just easier that way. I don't want to try and fish it through after I've made it and hope that the electrical tape on the end doesn't fall off and scrape and get some junk in it. It's just easy to make right here. We got new caliper, which was already on there. Our new hose going around to our new hard line. There's that one clip I was able to save, golly bee. Up and through exactly the same spot it was in the frame. Back down the backside and through the factory clips across. Man, you'd think I was a professional. No. And then literally I've only been working this about 15 minutes. I know time lapses and only looks like a minute and a half to you guys, but no. It's only about 15 minutes. Yes, new hard line. Going right up and in. That was a hard turn to do. And it looks like there's lots of room right there. But it's literally like 2 inches, and that's a hard bend. All right, guys. All the hard lines, except for the metering block to the rear hose, have been replaced. All the hoses have been replaced. Wheel cylinders, calipers, brake pads, all of its time. And we just bled it. It's got great pressure, no air in the system. I'm gonna put this tire back on. I'm gonna move that one out of the way. That one is supposedly actually sold. I'm gonna deliver it for the guy. He lives right down the road. And then I'm gonna go test drive this. Look, guys, the first road test. The end of this is gonna be the end of this video. I'll post this one. I've still got some other things I'd like to do to this truck. It seems to run pretty good. There's really not that much slop in the wheel at all. Like, it responds pretty well. I'm not taking on high speeds. These back roads I live on, the speed limit's like 40, 45. I have run up to 45. It's got some flat spots in the tires from sitting. They do hold tires and they're hold air, and they are 10 ply, so they are a little stiff to begin with. But it's a 3/4 ton truck. Our brakes seem to be great. I've embedded the new pads perfectly. I just use the same concept. Up to 25, slam on it. 25, slam on it. 25, slam on it. Then I do 35, slam on it 3 times in a row. Then I do 45, slam on it 3 times in a row. And it usually embeds the brakes pretty well. I don't know if that's the manufacturer's process. There wasn't one in these boxes. I firmly believe in seating new pads. So we are just, yeah. It's actually a really nice truck. I'm gonna throw some patches in these floorboards. It appears that our dash is, showing the blinkers are working. I honestly thought we had no power to the dash at all. And right one seems to work too. I will have to check that and verify. We got brake lights, turn signals, headlights, basic safety stuff. That'll be a different video. It's probably not gonna take all that long. Our fan works great. I did find out that the wiper motor actually does work on low and high speed. The wipers do not move. There's something disconnected in the cowl. I'll have to pull that up and see what arm came disconnected and repair that. But the motor itself is trying to go in low and high speed. So essentially we have all the power in the dash. Speedometer works, all the gears shift through well. I mean, it shifts smooth, like real smooth. I do have a trans filter and gasket for it. I may get to that before it goes down the road. We'll see. I may just send it with the next owner. The hood is not obviously down all the way. It's on the second latch. It's a finicky hood. Like, you gotta pop on it like 5 or 6 times to get it closed all the way. And it may pop back up on you. I'm gonna have to try and adjust that, obviously. But I'm gonna pressure wash this, see how much of this crappy spray can paint job came off. I mean, if you look at the underside though, that's a lot of primer. So maybe if I can blast off whatever's loose, sand it down to a coat that'll actually take. Maybe we'll hit it with some Rust-Oleum Tractor White to do an actual spray job on this. Or maybe we'll just turbo can it. Either way, it should stick better next time because I'm going to sand it. But that'll be a different video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Any attention I can get in this channel helps. I sold that little blue Dakota. I didn't make any money on it. I didn't lose any money on it, but I didn't make any money on it. I'm going to keep driving this around a little bit, see if she clears out a little bit. I got to get at least maybe the temperature gauge working. The alternator seems to be working. That bounces around. Oil is just a dummy light. Fuel is not working. I put 5 gallons of fresh in it, so I know it has fuel in it. Temperature's doesn't seem to be registering, but we can probably get that working. Electrical issues, that'll be a different video. But like I said, please like, subscribe, comment. If you guys saw me do anything that maybe you got a better way of doing it, a faster or easier way of doing it, that's great. Really appreciate it. In fact, any criticism, I really appreciate. Any interaction, I appreciate. Thanks again, guys.